All right, welcome back. In our last video, what we did is we created the ability to double click on our table view and make edits. I don't know, edited name. And save it back into the list. So what I want to do now is create the ability to add a new user, a new person into our table. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to create some text fields that they can be populated, and then when we say add user, it'll put them into the list. So that's the goal for this video. So to start off, we're going to need to add in our text fields in a button. So I'm going to do that by going into Scene Builder. So in Scene Builder here, now I want to start lining everything up. We're starting to get a few objects on our screen, so let's get some containers going here. And I'm going to put this into a vertical box. Okay, let's make the box big enough. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is put in all these text fields that we can enter things in. So I'm going to put them in horizontally, so let's add that to our vertical box as well. And now we can add in text fields. So we'll add in one for the first name, one for the last name, and then we'll put in a date picker to get their birthday. And let's take that horizontal box and let's add a little spacing in here. So we'll layout, spacing, just put a little space between each of the items. And then the first one, go to properties, say the prompt task, say it's first name, last name, and put birthday. Okay, now these are all pretty tight together, so let's go to our vertical box, layout, and let's put 10 pixels of spacing between all the items vertically as well. And then we'll add in one more button. Eventually I'm going to add in a button for adding and deleting, so I'm just going to put in an H box right now. And then we can add in a button. So go to Controls, a button, and on the button we'll say add new person. Okay, so we just added 4 elements that we're going to have to work with. So we'll hit save, and we can see this is pretty tight to the edge, so I'm just going to, whoops, take this whole vertical box. I'm just going to pull it out a little bit so it looks a little nicer. Hit save. And we're going to go back to NetBeans. So now inside of our controller, we need to have a method that when that button is pushed, that new person button is pushed, it's going to read all of those fields and create a new person, and then add it back to the list. So okay, so first thing we're going to do is we need to create a new person. So I'm going to say person, new person. That's the name we'll give it. Is equal to a new person And then we have to get the first name. So what we do is we're going to say first name text field, which we have not created yet. So we should do that. Get the text. So let's go up here to our instance variables. And we'll say these instance variables are used to create new person objects. Let's do our imports. Again, make sure you do JavaFX, not the AWT. Okay. So now we can create a new person. So there's the first name, last name, text field, get the text. And then the last thing we'll do is we need our date picker. So we called that the birthday date picker. And here we can get the value from it. So that creates a new person object for us. We can hit save. And then what we have to do is we have to add that back into our into the actual table. So the way that you do this is you first ask the table to give you a list of everything, and then you're going to add this new person to the list. So let's put a little comment here so we can remember what this is. Get all the items from the table. Okay, so what we're going to do is we'll say TableView, get the items, right? So that returns an observable list, and then we can say add the new person. We hit save. Now if we do this, it's going to add the new person, but it's going to keep all the fields populated. So we're going to want to clean that up. But let's take a look at it so far, just to test it so far. Go to our TableView. Oh, you know what? We won't be able to access these because we haven't configured them in Scene Builder. So right now, if I say anything, hit add, doesn't do anything. So let's go into Scene Builder and go down to code, and let's give all of these their IDs. So there's our first name text field, last name text field, birthday. And then when we click this button, the action we want, so when there's an action, we're going to say it's a new person button pushed. Okay, and we'll hit save. And I think within this H box here, let's go to layout. Is it layout or properties? See if there's some alignment we can do, because it seems like our text fields are just right to the top of it. See if we can improve that in some way. Alignment, yeah. So let's say center left. There, that looks better. Hit save. Always have to save when you go back and forth between the programs. Now when we go in, go to our table view, we put in our and I don't know when Fred Astaire was born, but let's just pick some old time. There we go. March 14th, 1990. Add person. Now you see our list here in our table view object actually has 4 items now, and so it created automatically a little scroll bar. See how we now can scroll, and we can make this table certainly bigger in Scene Builder. But that achieved what we were looking to do. Our goal was to be able to add a user, and we just did. All right, I'll update this on GitHub, and if you need to reference it, it'll be there for you.